What up there? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live. Not at Woodward Sports. We're right here at the Wild Beat Country Club in Bloomfield Hills, celebrating the launch of the John Daly Cannabis Collection, brought to you by Hyman here in Michigan, guys. We got them already. The Fairway Runts. I think I'm going to light one up during the next commercial break, if I'm being honest with you.
Whew.
They got cannabis seltzer, tea time, iced tea lemonade. Listen, we're definitely breaking into that one. I'm going to wait to the second hour of the show. Oh, my Lanta.
What are those?
Here. Oh, she's coming to you.
Thank you so much.
Tacos?
Mini tacos?
Mini tacos?
Oh.
You can go first this time. Yes, let's do a food review. Adorb food review.
Oh, man.
10?
Oh, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Are you serious? All right, hold on. Hurry up so I can eat mine.
I love me some hors d'oeuvres.
What'd you call me?
Hors d'oeuvres? I am a fiend for hors d'oeuvres.
Bro.
Those mini tacos are chronic. They got that chipotle whatever on top of it.
Let me get 14 of them.
Let me get 14 of them. What's
Shout
in
out
it?
DJ
I don't know.
Darbo.
Don't tell me. That's delicious. That is delicious stuff. Shout out to Woodward Country Club again. This place is awesome.
Confirm 10 out of 10.
It's probably the only time I'll ever be in a place like this, but I love it, baby.
No,
It's awesome.
We got more to go. We got more to grow, man. We'll be here plenty. We're going to make best friends with John Daly tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to get like one of those like drunk stories where like, someone's crying on another shoulder.
Yeah.
And then
You look
just know
just
that
like
person.
my boys, man.
Yeah, exactly. You guys remind me when I was 20.
Yeah.
Chubby. All right. Wide receiver 3. You said we talk about it too much. Well, not you, but another person not to be named. We speak of wide receiver 3 too much. But Dan Campbell did speak about it. Chris, were you able to grab those videos, by the way? Not a single one? That's all right. Dan Campbell spoke about it.
Oh, we got more.
Shout out to our guy, Justin Rogers.
We got more.
Grab me one, too.
I will.
Let's go.
I will.
Oh, shrimp cocktail, too.
A little
What
soup,
is these
please.
ones? I'll take them all.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
try. We're just doing outdoor
Are these little rice balls? Yeah.
rice balls?
Oh, yeah. Coconut shrimps? Oh, my God. Thank you.
These
Thank
guys
you.
are in heaven right
Thank
now.
you so
want
much.
another one?
Oh, yeah.
All right, deal.
We're going to want another one? I mean,
Yes.
you don't got to tell me
Yeah,
twice.
you gotta tell me twice, honestly.
Oh, we're good. I think we're good for right now. Appreciate you ladies so much.
Justin
Yeah.
Rogers
Those
asked.
are the girls we need on stage. Not Stick said you want me to bring the girls on
yeah,
stage.
yeah, those are the girls.
Those are the
we need on
girls we need on stage for sure.
Absolutely.
Dude,
All right.
let me try this little soup we.
Go for it. Dan Campbell was asked by Justin Rogers, how come Khalif Raymond isn't spoken about enough at the wide receiver 3 spot? Is it
forget
because of the
about it.
size? Is it because of speed? Are they looking for something specific? And Dan Campbell kind of said no. I mean, Khalif Raymond is our wide receiver 3. He's been here for 3 years now, providing everything they need. It's just they don't want him overexerted when he's playing special teams.
Yeah.
They don't want him overexerted. I mean, and they mentioned something that we mentioned too with Khalif Raymond when it comes to wide receiver 3. It's more in a gadgety situation. That's verbatim what Dan Campbell said. They're still looking for that guy, but he said they're very comfortable if it's just Amon-Ra, J-Mo, and Khalif. So any reaction to that one, or you still want them to shop for a guy?
No, I'm with him on that. We talked about it. Like, a wide receiver 3 in this offense is going to be your 5th passing option. When you look at all the weapons they have, they've got Sam Laporta, they've got a running back out of the backfield, whether it be Jahmyr Gibbs, whether it be David Montgomery. So it's not like this is a position that you need to fill or this dire need for this offense. You've got enough weapons as it is. But it's nice to have. And it's nice to have someone reliable. It's nice to have a piece there on top of that. So if they go with Khalif Raymond, I'm good with that. I remember watching Khalif Raymond at camp last year. The dude looked lights out. He was making plays. He was catching everything. So I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I also would not I would not be surprised if they grab somebody after post-camp cuts.
Yeah.
We're going to try to scramble.
And even though, he mentioned it had nothing to do with size, nothing to do with anything extra, they still want to grab somebody. I still do believe it's going to be somebody of stature. And not in terms of name, but just like literally physically who go out there and make those plays. I mean, look at what Josh Reynolds brought you. And I get there's some expectations for J-Mo to fulfill that, but those jump balls, snatching the ball in the back of the end zone, 2 toes down for the touchdown, like we saw some of those plays out of J-Mo.
Yeah.
We didn't really see him until like, the very final day of camp. I just think they need extra bodies in general to do those type of things. I mean, in the red zone, Laporta really is your only big body guy to go to in those situations. And I would be more comfortable. I'm sure they're more comfortable. I mean, it sounds like they're literally looking for someone to provide that.
Yeah, I mean, J-Mo has looked very good in the red zone so far in camp.
Yeah.
He has been a weapon for them in the red zone so far in camp. Outside of that, you've got.
Hate all those already.
Oh yeah, dude. Come on, what are you talking about here?
Yeah,
this is like an amateur hour.
Cleve's not like a red zone body to me. I mean, I love him.
Yeah.
He's just not.
Outside of J-Mo hopefully being a red zone weapon, you look at Sam Laporta as a red zone threat. Other than that, dude, that Scrimp is fire. Other than that, there's not really any legitimate red zone weapons on this roster. So you're going to have to hopefully add a bigger body guy, because we talked about that's what they liked when they were interviewing guys, when they were talking to people pre-draft. It was all these big body type of X receivers. So, like I said, keep eyes on camp cuts. Keep eyes on guys out there open in free agency that they might grab.
Speaking of Khalif Freeman, and our guy Mike Payton, by the way, shout out to Mike Payton from A to Z Sports. He wrote an article yesterday, and I think that's what Nick was hinting at. I didn't read it. I just commented under it yesterday, but I actually read it today. The trade he suggested was Khalif Freeman and someone else in exchange for Devontae Walker that they just drafted. I'm telling you, I wasn't a fan of it, to be honest. We don't know what Des Walker's going to be. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's worth getting rid of a guy like Khalif Freeman, who once was like literally an all-pro in the return game. He has also offered you plays in the passing game too. Like he's not just a nobody for like an unproven commodity. I guess. I don't know. I'm not in favor of that exchange, but it's just one that was floating out there. We're speaking on the subject. What do you think of that one, Spinny?
There is no chance that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell will trade Khalif Freeman. Absolutely zero chance.
Yeah.
You look at what he does. Good Lord. You look at what he does for this team. you look at what he does for the guys around him. For Amon-Ra St. Brown, everybody talks about how good of a friend he is, how good of a teammate he is, how good of a role model he is for the young guys.
Yeah.
We know he does the dirty work. We know he does all the return special. No, Khalif Raymond is essential for this team, and there's no way they get rid of him.
I actually met Khalif Raymond with my son. I forget which apple cider mill we were
Blake's?
at. Yes, we were at Blake's out there in Romeo. And super cool dude. He was with his fiance, who I think they're going to get married this year. Or I know they just proposed, and the Lions made a big moment of it. But because he's such a great guy. Like, I think it was Jared Goff that said a lot of these rookie guys coming in, they ever have questions about how to be a pro. Oftentimes, he's just straight up suggesting them to follow what Khalif does. Yeah. And Khalif, by the way, too, shout out to Jared Goff. He said that's the only guy that's beating him in the building, too. But, yeah, I think Khalif means more to this team than just an asset in terms of, like, on-field. I think he means something off-field, too. And he's been part of the journey. You know, part of the reason Ben Johnson came back is, like, we were part of his journey, his maturity, becoming a head coaching candidate. And he wanted to see us fulfill that destiny, winning the Super Bowl. Khalif Raymond's one of those guys. And not just that, too. He does offer something on the field as well.
Yes, he does.
Especially in the kick return game.
Especially in the kick return game. And I think even as a luxury wide receiver, he is a good piece to have. So, no, I would be extremely surprised if they moved on from him. What's up, Nick?
Question for you guys. There's two names that I was thinking that maybe you guys have not mentioned, and along with the other guys in this city have not mentioned. And it's two guys that actually did really well in 2022 in this Ben Johnson offense. And it's a guy in Brock Wright, and it's a guy in Shane Zylstra. Shane Zylstra is 6'4", and Brock Wright 6'5". Could those be some of the big body guys you actually think of in the red zone, and a guy like Ben Johnson getting them open?
Yeah, I could very well see that. We know how he likes to use the tight ends. Shane Zylstra had, 3 touchdowns in one game? Those guys are red zone weapons. They are big bodies. Imagine going out there in a set with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta on one side and Shane Zylstra and Brock Wright on the other side. It's like you just got to throw it in the air, and one of those big body guys will come down with it, and then you got Amon-Ra St. Brown screaming across the middle. So, yeah, I would not be surprised if they dip into those tight ends a little bit in the red zone.
Honestly, Nick, that's a home run point and take to make.
My guy. Cam's not working, but we're good.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Johnson is he comes from a tight end coach. Like that's what position he was at. You've heard him say in the offseason, this is the best tight end room he's ever worked with, and we've seen him utilize every single one of those guys. Obviously, Sam Laporta to an all-pro level, but like you said, Shane Zylstra with the 3 to 4 touchdown game, whatever he had. Brock Wright, obviously, they brought him back. The 49ers tried to nab him from you, and the 49ers aren't just like in these schmuck teams. It's not like the Falcons were trying to grab him from you. It was a team like vying for a Super Bowl as well, and you have a guy who's brilliant that way, and Ben Johnson, who's going to have to draw something up in the red zone situations. And why not have the extra blockers if you decide just to run the ball? Because you're 2 phenomenal running backs back there too, and don't forget your head coach, the former tight end himself, and Dan Campbell.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very tight end friendly offense.
Yeah,
a tight endly offense.
I mean, I like that. I hate that one.
This is an offense that does well with those big body guys. We know that Ben Johnson likes to use them as blockers in the run game as well as leaking out into passes. They like to do things that that they set up for one thing and then do the opposite of what it is. So they run out there with the 11 personnel and then throw the ball. So yeah, I would not be surprised. They wanted they wanted to bring back Brock Wright. Ben Johnson wanted to keep Brock Wright in this offense for a reason. They're definitely going to utilize him, especially in the red zone. And hey, you never know. You got another top-tier tight end in the roster playing right tackle, so we could see Penei Sewell out there maybe get a package in the red zone.
Taylor Decker has a touchdown
Taylor
pass
Decker
on his record.
Should have had two.
should have had two.
Should have had two. Yeah, I'm sorry, too early.
Yeah, way to go, Easy.
I apologize.
Way to kill the
Wait, no, his is only 2-point conversion though.
Yeah, but
still, it makes you. Yeah, I apologize. That's my bad. That's my bad for sure.
Yeah, Brock and Zylstra combined for 8 touchdowns in 2022 before Sam Laporta was here. So that's why that kind of stood out to me, especially because we haven't gotten that big body guy.
Yeah,
They broke a franchise record for receiving touchdowns for tight ends with those guys here.
Yeah, after T.J. Hawkinson got traded, the tight ends got better because they utilized those guys so much more. And I was really excited to see what they did with the top-tier talent of a guy like Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
But Brock Wright and Shane Zylstra aren't schmucks. Those guys have their ability and what they do well. Shane Zylstra is a touchdown demon, and Brock Wright is just an all-around good tight end, a great tight end, too, to have. So
don't forget when we expertly broke down that 2022 draft class, Mitchell.
Yeah, James Mitchell as well.
James Mitchell in the in there too, and I just feel like he is more of a receiving tight end than he is a blocking tight end, and you could put him in the Z if you need to in those situations as well. Nick, again, that's a home run point by you. I mean,
shout out, fellas.
We got Ben Johnson chefing it up, cooking it up back there.
Get a couple
especially, he's gonna make it work.
Get a couple hors d'oeuvres in me, and I start going off.
You know what I'm saying? You give a Nick a cookie, you never know what you're gonna get.
It's true. You give a Nick a cookie, and he's gonna ask a great question.
Sounded weird when you said it. I'm like, oh.
Wow, that was close.
You give a Nick a cookie.
Yo, relax.